Okay, so we move on now to step 36. And 36, we're going to do a bit of painting. Yes. So I've got the driver figure, which we've got to cut out, and this is polycarbonate. So we're going to need to cut this out and paint our driver figure in the colours that we want, and probably back everything with a black as well, so that everything's nice and black. So I'll probably do the main sort of area here black, and I'll detail the body in here. And we've got also a driver head, and it's on the sprue here, so we're going to need a little a BC6 by 2, because we need to attach the driver figure, and this will screw up through the bottom once we cut this out. And but we got to paint this first, so it's nice to give us a driver figure. So I'll get these cut out and put together. I'm not going to show you a step-by-step guide on this, it's just purely an update. And while I'm here with an update, I've kind of got things a little bit more ready for me in terms of wiring. I'm just waiting for a few brackets to dry, because I've painted some brackets here. So you might see here, for example, remember my receiver wouldn't go in with the plugs in, so I've made a little almost like a T-bracket effect. So that's glued into place here, and where the switch would go, I've put a plate across the bottom there and painted that in black as well, so it kind of looks purposeful in there. So yeah, I'm just waiting for this to dry, and then I'll be able to double side tape that on top flat, because I'll have enough space once all the wires are in place, because this will go over the top, and that should give me enough space. So that's kind of an update, and of course I've got tidying of wires to do. So yeah, so step 36 is driver figure. So I'll come back to you once I've got that completed. So completing step 36, which is painting the driver figure. As you can see here, you've got a polycarbonate driver figure and canopy. And this is the standard Tamiya sort of helmets that you get with them. So you can see I've kind of painted mine up very similar colours to the car, so it sort of blends in. So yeah, it was quite enjoyable. Now we've got to attach this to the car. And to connect it to the car, we need the car itself. We need one of the I think this is the BC6s, which is the 3x8mm screws. We need one of those, and a 3mm washer. And you can kind of see that I have moved on and got sort of the wires tucked in and such like. I've got my switch, which I've had to extend the cable a little bit because I needed a bit more reach. So not sure where I'm going to put the switch. My intention is to put it at the back here. The reason why is when you put the canopy on, and I've just got to make sure this is out of the prop, of course, but when you put the canopy on, you have to cut a few holes, one for screwing the helmet on from underneath, one for the aerial tube to go through, and one for the screw hole at the back. And you then have to sort of hook it at the front, kind of go like that, and then you kind of screw that into the back. And my thoughts were, because you can't put the switch in the same place as the Tamiya switch would be, probably got to squash some of the wires down, so the wire goes like that. So it kind of goes like that. My idea is, I think there's a little bracket that goes, if I'm looking ahead at the steps, because I've got to do the body now, I think there's a little bracket that goes at the back. So my idea was to try and put that switch with double-sided tape on the back of the bracket. That's my idea, but we'll come back to that. If not, I might just double-side tape it here, so I can reach in and switch it on and off. So that's kind of why I've extended it. So effectively, step 36 is now complete. So on step 38, this is a very simple case. I've already done one on one side. It's these straps, and it's a case of we put the straps around this section here. So we go, you get this with this bit facing upwards, and you go, probably be better to go, yeah, that way around. So up and through, and then down and back round, and you then place that through the clasp, and you can zip it as if it's like a zip tie, because that's exactly what it is, just a big zip tie. And technically your battery will go in, and then what you need to do is just need to cut off the excess. So put your battery in and work out your excess. So technically go around like that, and that'll hold your battery in place. Okay, so that's step 38. That's a very straightforward step. So that's that part already, and you can see now I've got to do some wiring. So yeah, that's step 38 complete. The zip strap's in, ready to hold the battery pack. We can now move on. And we move on to step 39. And step 39, wheels and tires. Normally I paint my wheels, but this time round I'm going to leave and go with the aggressive black tires and black wheels. So these are all the same, so there's no different on these. So there's your 4 wheels, and now it's time for the tire sniff. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh dear. Here we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the smell of new rubber. So new boots here. So 4 of these lovely tires. They're not too bad. They're quite, I think, solid. Yeah. Right. So it's a case of, I don't think there's any pattern to them, so we can put them on any way around. And I noticed that they don't say how to glue them or anything like that. It just says how to insert the wheel in. So it's a case of pushing all the way through, and let's have a little look and see. It might be that these are really quite a stiff. Yeah, they're quite a stiff. Give them a good shove into the wheel. Yeah, that's probably why you don't need to glue them. So yeah, you got to be a bit brutal, and I've got to do this 4 times. So I'll show you one. So you get this in like that, and once it's in, you spin it around. And it's a case of just being heavy-handed, Sid. Like that. And same again on this side. There we are. And there you are. So I'm going to make 4 of those. And well, there you go. So that's 39, step 39. Make 4 of those, and you push them in and twist them. And I'm not going to film it over and over again because it'd be boring. We're getting close to putting it on its axis. Anyway, that's step 39 complete. So, as in normal Tamiya fashion, we're on now step 40. Hey. Right, we've made our wheels and tyres in our previous step. They're all on. No need for any glue, very tight fit, so you have to squeeze and put them in. And step 40 is all about popping the C2s with your BC12s, which are your 2 by 10mm shafts, and your BC9s, which are your 4mm flange nuts, and attaching the wheels to your chassis. And in sort of true fashion, I'm going to show you one, and it's basically the repeat for the 4 wheels. So you pop your little shaft through on there, and hopefully the camera picks that up. And you then take your C2 component, which is a dedicated component for these particular wheels, and it pops over the shaft. Then you take your wheel, and inside the wheel you've got the matching recess for these 3 these 3 locating lugs on the triangular on the triangular wheel hub. So it's a case of popping them on, make sure they slot in, which they are. Take your wheel nut, you can get hold of it, and popping that on, and then you can use your box wrench to make that on. So there you go, and you just basically, I can just show you this. Hopefully you can see this on camera. I'm going to hold it like that for you, and yeah, there you are. And you do that for the rest of the wheels. And there we are. That's the wheels and tyres onto the car, and all I've got is a little bit more tidying up to do, but other than that, wiring and stuff I've got to do, tidy up roots and stuff like that, just to keep it nice and tidy in here, and a little bit of painting to do, and then the bodywork to put all the decals on. So yeah, we finished step 40. Really nice.